Okay, there we go. Yeah, you better be. Okay. Trying to find. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I was grabbing another link. About we have to put into paywall remover, which is always fun. Love that. Love doing that. All right. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. It's Friday. Hi, Dragon's Celt. I see you. Everybody, hello, hello, hello. Okay, let's see. Why so many notifications from the Discord? Oh, we hit our rolls goal, so let's change that over. How's everybody doing? It's Friday. Not you. Not you, Ari. What does that mean? It's not a good morning? Not you. Good morning? Guess I don't like that. Oh, I didn't give you notifications. You didn't. No, not yours. Oh, the other ones. As we're coming in, I already have to say thank you and W, guys. Make sure we're putting W's in for Scotty. For the 25, said Happy Friday, go Pats. I'm not really picking a team because I'm a Broncos fan. But I'm excited for the Bad Buddy concert. But thank you for the 25, Scotty. W Scotty. Great way to start off Friday. No, you can't block him. That would be crazy. No, thank you. Is still rooting for the Seahawks. So that part of me was rooting for the Seahawks simply because the Pats were the ones who beat us, right? Like, just they were the ones who knocked us out. So it was kind of like a fuck you. I know that everybody who's a Patriots fan is excited because it is the first time that they're going to the Super Bowl when it's not the Bill Belichick and the Tom Brady era. So I know that there's an exciting aspect to it with that. The Seahawks have been kicking ass, so I guess we'll see. We will find out. It's gonna be fun. We are planning to do Puerto Rican food for Sunday, so we're gonna do like Puerto Rican street food for the game on Sunday. I'm so excited. But 104 people in here. Welcome in on this Friday morning or afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. I appreciate you guys being here. Let's make sure we are tapping that screen, sharing the live out, doing your daily heart me if you have not done so. I've got the little heart puffs that those little gifts help push us onto the algorithm. I have 75 left in my goal for today. All the links for that are in my bio. What else was I going to say? There was something else. Oh, in way of the taps, I'm on for 2 hours. So from 10 a.m. Mountain Time to noon Mountain Time. If we could get that to 100,000 likes by the time I end, so 50,000 likes an hour, I would be super appreciative. You guys have been knocking that out the past couple days. I've been so proud of you. I know those fingers have little muscles on them. You're working them out, and I appreciate it. So let's see. I'll bring my backup account up real quick, and then we'll get started. Okay. Oh, am I getting rated? Welcome in, raiders, as we come in. I just got done doing my little spiel. Post your finger muzzles in Discord is wild. I am multi-streaming as well. I am over on the Purple Witch app and the Tubes of You. If you go over there and just do the free, like, subscribe or follow, that's awesome. I also have subscriptions. You can send bits, super chats, things like that. That's also on there, so that would be great if you would do that. And then we can get started there. So I see you guys over on the Tubes of You and on Purple Witch. Oh, we've got a guest already. Let's try this first.
Hi, sister. Please,
Hi, I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Not doing that today. Jedi, that's what we're talking about. So, I have the outline for it, guys. Also in my Discord, I don't know if you saw, I did create a live outline channel and I posted everything that we covered yesterday in there. I'm going to try to do it today as we go. If I don't get to it as we go, thank you, Olive. If I don't get to it as we go, then I'll just post it after I get off and I'll just post all the links in there for you if you need them for your own sources or what have you. All right. Well, no, Audie, and there's also been issues within communities for that. I didn't tell you I gotta match my shirt today. I gotta match my.
I'm a little upset.
Why? I didn't know.
You didn't tell me we were wearing red.
It's like in school when you had to call and be like, "What are you wearing tomorrow? Can we match?"
Yeah.
I know, but I love your curly hair today.
All
right, so I'm gonna show you this. Somebody did like a screen recording of the video-ish version. It's not the entire video. It's just the last part, which is the big headline right now. And then I also have the screenshot from it that I will show you, and then we will get to talking about it. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, but we're going to go over it today, and I'm going to go into history with Donald Trump beyond it. We're not just going to stop here.
Heard that favored Joe Biden.
So that's a video that Donald Trump posted on his Truth Social. I have the link if it's still up. I don't know that they've deleted it yet.
I can send it to you in the live chat if need be.
I have it. I just don't know if they deleted it because I posted it in the Tangerine Dictator section or whatever it's channel.
Gotcha.
Whatever it's called. Okay. And then, so that's the screenshot of it, just so you can see it real fast. Or not real fast. Take a moment, look at it. Let that fucking sink in. The President of the United States shared this. Now, I've seen a lot of conversations this morning about this being a line. Oh my God, I can't believe he would do that. I don't know why we're surprised, and we're going to get into that. But first, we're going to go into, let's see, I'm going to have to do. Oh, I'm going to have to close the door because men are laughing loud.
Get him.
Hold on. Let me put this in the paywall remover real quick, and then I can do that.
And while you go do that, make sure you guys are booping the screenshot of the live. There's 150 people in here. Let's look on top right here, right? Y'all can see there's it's going to be 100. I know it says 75 there, but we all know it's 100. Let's make sure we are running that gift goal. Let's make sure we are supporting our content creators. Y'all cleared my goal. Y'all should be able to clear Monica's goal today. At least knock it down to half. Let's make sure we're doing all the nice things. Guys, I'm going to be up on you for the repost and stuff like that. TikTok has been on people's asses. Let's make sure we are doing the good thing. Let's make sure we are doing the good deeds. I don't know if you want to fix your goal. It still says 75.
No, Scotty gave me 25 this morning. Right at the start of Friday.
So never mind. But even then, you guys could it's still 100 regardless. Monica deserves more than that for the work that she puts into this every single day, as I am a hot mess every single day. But make sure you guys are supporting the hostess with the mostest. Make sure you guys are gifting. Make sure you guys are staying engaged. Again, TikTok has been on our asses for a while. Let's make sure that we are doing the good things and we are still supporting good people.
I didn't, Ryan. I have not seen that. If there's a way for you to get that to me, I would love to see that.
What did Ryan say?
Something about a picture of Epstein in Europe, I think it was what it said. All right. So we're going to go through this BBC article. U.S. President Donald Trump has shared a video on social media which included a racist clip depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. The clip, set to the song The Lion Sleeps Tonight, was at the end of a 62-second video containing claims about voter fraud in the 2020 presidential election. Republican Senator Tim Scott, who is black, called for the president to remove the post, describing it as the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. What they're not adding is that Tim Scott in that same post also said something to the effect of, I pray this isn't real. Come to find out it is. All right. Ghost Trucker, how are you today? Ghost Trucker, are you there?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
Oh, yes.
All right. Can I get your age and what state you voted in, please?
50, Tennessee.
Okay. Why are you still supporting Trump?
You're doing what I like.
And that's what?
You name it, I like it.
Well, name one thing.
Missiling the boats in the Caribbean, stealing, Venezuela oil,
Oh, at least you can admit that he's
kidnapping
stealing it.
dictators.
Sure. You like all that stuff?
Yeah, of course.
Sure. So what gives him the legal authority to bomb boats in the middle of the water?
He didn't like them.
That gives him the legal authority?
Pretty much.
Okay. So you're just
Like, hey, I don't like that boat.
you're just
Let's
cool.
send a missile towards
So
it.
you're just a cult follower or a troll, either one, right?
No, I'm being totally serious. That's just kind of the way it works.
So you don't believe in the Constitution and following laws?
Me.
Cool. Okay. Heyo, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
25, Arizona.
Okay. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Well, I think what he's doing overall, I think he's doing a good job. I think the fact that we haven't gone to war in Iran, for example, is really good. We're in talks with Iran regarding their nuclear program.
Well, those talks just collapsed.
And,
You didn't see that?
I'm seeing different reports. There's other reports
Sure, I would
saying
love
that
to
there's
see.
indirect talks
So,
going on.
what reports are you looking at? I would like to see it. Can I get a headline for that?
CNN, all
What's
your
the headline?
favorites.
What's the headline? It's not my favorites. What's the headline on CNN that says that the talks are still happening? Because the last article I read, the talks were collapsing per location.
Yeah, there's indirect talks going on now. I mean,
indirect.
You're talking about the meeting in Oman.
Mm-hmm. So give me the CNN
Yeah,
article where the
so-
talks are still happening, even indirectly.
Well, I just saw something on Fox News, and they're not really Iran fans. So I mean,
Sure. So
they're
what was
saying
the
that
Fox
there's
News
indirect
title?
talks.
What was the Fox News title?
Indirect talks start with stunning demand or something like that. I mean, I saw it an hour ago. I don't know. Maybe something happened in the last hour or something. I don't know. But there's indirect talk going on. Anyways.
No, hold on. We're going to find this since you guys like to make claims. Let's see. U.S. positions aircraft carriers strike platforms across Middle East as Iran talks shift to Oman. That's we're setting up military presence. Ooh, that sounds like those talks are really going well, aren't they?
No, that's pretty common in diplomatic talks. I mean,
It's very common in diplomatic talks to bolster up your military presence.
yeah, that's how it
Oh,
works.
sounds
I don't know
very
if you knew that.
diplomatic. Sure. Sounds very diplomatic. Uh-huh. What else do you like that Donald Trump has done?
Oh, you don't want to talk about that? How we're handling the Iran situation?
We're not. The talks haven't bolstered anything yet. The talks haven't had anything happen yet. So
Oh,
we'll
so
see.
you'd rather just go to war with Iran? Is that
No,
what
I
you
would
prefer?
rather no. I would rather the talks happen. I want to see what happens after the fucking talks. Let's see what happens, if anything.
Oh, okay. So
That's why I asked
you're-
you.
aren't you- you're-
I said that the last thing I had seen were talks had collapsed. You gave me an article that shows that they're still happening. Cool. I'm not going to give him credit for that. I want to see what comes out of that. I don't give him participation trophies for trying. I would like to see something come out of it. So, why else are you supporting Trump?
No, okay. So, well, I think also, we're pushing back on the relationship with, getting some balance with our relationship with Israel. I think he's restrained them.
How?
The G side in Gaza started under a Democrat, the Biden administration, and it ended,
No.
at least so far,
It's
under a
still going.
Republican.
No. When did Russia first invade the borders of Ukraine?
Oh, you want to change subject because you can't talk about that?
That's the same subject.
Really? Gaza and Russia is the same subject? And Ukraine?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did my brain go? I apologize. It didn't start there though. How long have they been fighting? It didn't
The
start
G
on October
side
7th.
in Gaza didn't start under the Biden administration?
No.
When
How
did
long
it
has
start?
it? It's been going on for years.
This has been
decades.
this has been a systematic
okay.
thing that's been going on.
So-
Do you know what the
so-
Nakba was by chance?
So the extent of the
Do you know what the
didn't
Nakba
increase
was? Oh,
during
sure. The extent of the
Biden
killing.
administration?
Yes, the extent of the killing increased under the Biden administration. Absolutely.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Sure.
So and
What-
has it stopped more
No.
under the Trump administration?
No.
Oh,
It's
so
real.
the same amount of
There was
killings
just
going
a
on that
strike.
happened
There
under
was
the Biden
just a
administration?
strike a couple days ago where 20 people were killed, including 2 infants and 5 children.
Correct.
No.
Okay, so how many people have been killed under the Trump administration so far? How many people have been killed under the Biden administration?
I don't know. Give me those numbers.
Oh, so you just don't know anything about this.
Do you know what
You don't
that-
want to talk about
No,
it.
I would like
That's
you to
fine.
prove you're giving me this idea that are you claiming that more happened under the Biden administration instead of the Trump administration?
Are you playing dumb or something?
No, I'm
I don't
asking you
understand
questions.
it.
I'm asking you to
Are you
critique
playing
your
dumb?
thought.
You really don't know? You really don't know
I'm
that
asking you to
more
critique your
Palestinians
thought.
have died under the Biden administration?
Okay,
under the
so
Trump
prove
administration?
that
You
to
don't know
me.
this?
I would like to see that information.
Prove it to you?
Yeah.
You don't know how to
Over
use
the
Google?
same span of time would probably be a
You
good
just
idea.
did this. You just did this with the talks. You can't.
I
You
know.
just Google it. I mean,
No, this is your claim, so you are going to prove it to me.
and I'm like, how am I going to prove it to you?
Give me where you found that. Where they have the stats on this.
Any CNN. There you go.
What's
CNN.
the title
Look
of the
up
CNN article?
More people have died under the Biden administration than the Trump administration. Google that.
Okay, CNN. More
I don't know
people
why you're playing dumb.
have died under
Everyone who's
Biden
watching this
admin
knows you're
than
playing
Trump
dumb.
admin. That's exactly what you wanted me to look up, right? Oh, well, this is going to talk about COVID-19 deaths and the CDC because that's what you told me to look up. Was
don't know,
CNN, more people have
Everyone
died
who's
under
watching
Biden
this
admin
knows
than
you're
Trump.
playing dumb.
So if you could give me a statistical source that more
Why are you
people have
playing
died in
dumb?
Gaza under the Biden administration than under the Trump administration, I would just like
Well,
because
why
I
are
would
you
like
playing
facts
dumb?
for the people who watch me. I
know,
prefer
but
to have
you know
facts.
this to be true.
Do
so why are
I?
you playing dumb?
Do I?
Yeah, you don't know this. You really don't know.
Then I would
that
like statistical
more
things to back it
Palestinians
up.
have died during the
I would like
the Biden
statistical
administration
facts to back
than
it
during
up,
Trump
then, please.
administration.
Statistical facts
Wow.
to back
I
it
mean-
up, please.
Did Israel pay you $7,000 to do this?
No, I don't like the
You voted for
Israeli
the man
Are
that's
you
in
government.
doing this
bed.
for free?
I don't
You
like
voted
the
for the
Israeli.
man-
Hold on. I don't like the
Good
Israeli.
girl. You're
I
doing
don't.
this for free.
I don't
Good
like
girl.
the Israeli government.
Good
So
girl. You're
I don't
doing this for
like the
free. You're
Israeli
pretending-
government. Donald Trump
you're pretending,
does.
You're pretending this isn't happening. Good girl.
I'm
for
not
free.
pretending anything isn't happening. I just would like to talk about things based off of factual evidence. So when you can give me that factual
Well, I
evidence,
hope
you're gonna
it
be a
goes
good
$7.
boy. Good
I hate
boy.
it when they do that shit.
No, let me be clear on my position to everybody listening. I don't like the Israeli government. I don't have an issue with the Israeli people, but I don't like the Israeli government. Fuck the Israeli government and fuck Netanyahu and fuck what they have been doing to the people in Gaza. But to sit here and claim that Donald Trump is restricting Israel is wild. If you're going to say that more people died in the G side under the Biden administration than the Trump administration, you probably are correct. But we're not going to talk about that until you can prove it, because you could be wrong. That's why I asked for the facts. If he would have just given me the facts, we then could have moved on, where I would have then asked him, what has Donald Trump done or passed in way of legislation or blocked in way of legislation that restricted what Israel has been doing? That would have been my next question, but we couldn't get there because they can't provide even the simplest of statistics. But Donald Trump and Jared Kushner have steadily talked about the fact that they're going to raise Gaza to the ground and build a resort there. So I doubt that he's restraining them, but sure. Sure. Keep believing that, babes. Okay, we'll get to our next guest in just a moment, guys. You saw that swan. The swan gift is one way through capitalism that you can get rid of somebody you don't want to listen to anymore. I also, you can send 10 to the links in my bio to also be able to get rid of these people with no facts who just talk. But we'll keep going.
Hello,
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how-
I'm from California.
And
I'm
how
29.
Okay, I appreciate that. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Because I support him what he's done. I don't see any reason for me not to support him. I like
What
his
has-
immigration policies.
What
I
policy
like,
has he passed for immigration?
I like the closing of the border on day one.
What did he do to
reversing
close the border?
He put the Coast Guard back on the rivers. He
What did he
made
do to
border
close
patrol.
the border?
I just told you what he did. If you let me finish,
No.
but you can't.
What did he
because you rudely have
pass?
to
No.
interrupt me.
What did he pass to close the border? You were saying that no people are coming through the southern border anymore.
That's not what I said. Closing the border,
does
I
closed
don't
border
mean.
mean?
I
Okay,
don't
then
mean
explain it.
actual ports of entry that are legally allowed. I don't mean that.
mhm.
Closing the border is putting the National Guard on the border side to prevent illegal crossings.
What is
Crossing
oh,
the
Do we
Rio
track-
Grande River.
Sure. Do we track crossings?
Sorry?
Do we track crossings?
We do.
Where?
We do.
Where do we track those?
We do. The statistics of crossings have
Where?
gone dramatically down.
Where do we track crossings, Doncho?
What do you mean, where do we track them?
Yeah,
I
where?
don't know. Someone tracks them. The Border Patrol.
No, Border
tracks the
Patrol actually
illegal
doesn't.
crossings.
Border
They
Patrol actually
capture how
doesn't.
many. Yeah, of course they record how
don't.
many people they capture illegally. Of course they do. What are you talking about?
They track encounters, which is an estimation based off of people that they encounter.
So when you encounter
what are
one person,
encounters?
is that an estimation? Is that an estimation?
The estimation
I
is the
bump
fact that
into
one
you.
person,
Me and you have an encounter.
one
Is
person,
that
one person can be counted multiple times, so that's not a crossing. And encounters also encompasses 3 separate things. Do you know what
So if
those
the
are?
same person crosses 5 times, you think it should only count as one? I don't understand.
Oh, so you think it should count
Is that
as
what you're
multiple? So
saying?
no, I'm not saying
Obviously.
that. But I'm
It's
not
5
saying that.
separate different encounters. 5 separate different encounters
okay.
are
So
5
then,
separate
so then
things.
we can't correlate them to individual people the way this administration and you guys like to do. Now, again, I asked you. An encounter encompasses 3 separate things. What are they?
Why don't you tell me, Professor?
Sure. They are inadmissibles, apprehensions, and expulsions. So these are people who are caught and are not allowed in. So how would we be able to track crossings then of people who are made it in and are still here? How would we be able to do that?
Because in the Biden admin, they were caught and let in. Now we're
Oh,
not letting
show me
them
that.
in.
I would like to see that
they
proof of
remain
that.
in Mexico.
Remain in Mexico would require Mexico to agree, and Mexico said fuck off, so that's not happening. But show me in the Biden administration where they were letting
It's
them
not
go
Mexico's
after they
fucking
came
decision.
in. It is, because Mexico has...
Biden reversed
Mexico
it, right?
would be...
Biden reversed it.
No, the
Biden
Supreme Court
reversed
did.
it.
No, he tried. Texas sued. The Supreme Court did.
No, they didn't. Show me where the Supreme Court did.
Sure.
Show me where. Show me. Since you have a computer up there. Joe Biden, one of his first things he did was to reverse
And
remain in
and
Mexico
Texas,
and all of Donald Trump's
and
plans.
Texas sued it up, and SCOTUS agreed with the Biden ruling.
So Biden allowed 20 million people, 15
You can
to
show
20
me that in
million
just a
people
second.
into
Hold
this
on,
country,
sweetheart. I know.
and
Supreme Court.
you don't have see a problem with that.
Supreme Court rules that migrant protection protocols rescission was not unlawful. On June 30th of 2022, the Supreme Court in a 5-4 decision held in Biden
Was
v.
not
Texas.
unlawful. Not unlawful.
Can you let her finish?
Recession. Do you know what a rescission? Do you know what a rescission is, sweetheart?
Continue. Read it. Read
What
the article.
is a
sweetheart.
rescission, sweetheart? What's a rescission?
Read the article.
Sure,
Read the article
I'll
so
read
I can
it.
prove you wrong. Read it.
On
Thank
June
you.
30th of 2022, the Supreme Court in a 5-4 decision held in Biden v. Texas that the Department of Homeland Security, DHS's rescission of the Migrant Protection Protocols, MPP, did not violate federal immigration laws concerning the inspection and treatment of non-U.S. nationals.
So it did not valid. Okay.
The rescission. Do you know what a rescission is? Let's look up rescission
Where
definition
is the-
since you're an idiot.
What is it? Yeah. Why don't you pull it up?
Sure.
Let's look at it together and tell me what that has to do with.
Reading
There's something that he
Rainbow.
knew.
The revocation, cancellation, or repeal of a law, order, or agreement, meaning that his repeal of Remain in Mexico was not unlawful. The Supreme Court ruled that you could no longer use
So it means it was
Remain in
lawful.
Mexico. It was
It was
lawful.
lawful.
It was lawful for Biden to repeal it. Yes, that is what SCOTUS said.
It was not unlawful.
You're stupid. On June 30th, 2022, the Supreme Court in a 5-4
You're an idiot.
decision
Honestly, you're
held
a
in
complete
Biden v.
moron.
Texas that the Department of Homeland Security's rescission of the migrant protection protocols did not violate federal immigration laws concerning the inspection and treatment of non-U.S. nationals, meaning that when DHS under the Biden administration rescinded or repealed or canceled MPP, which was Remain in Mexico, it did not violate federal immigration law. SCOTUS held that ruling, meaning you could no longer use Remain in Mexico. Are you okay?
Okay, but he still changed. He still reversed the protocol
Correct.
of Remain in Mexico.
And
Yes.
SCOTUS said that he could.
Okay, I never said he can't. I said it was a stupid thing
Why?
to do that because now you have a bunch of people
Now we
you
go
catch
into-
at the border,
So now show me.
unvetted,
Okay, cool.
and you let them into
Cool.
the country.
So now show me where the 20 million number came from.
There's no estimated number. It's
You said-
assumed 20
you
million.
said-
It's
you
an
said
estimation.
20
nobody,
million.
Nobody really knows.
Where's
I
it
said
assumed
15
from?
to 20 million.
Where's that assumed from? Show me where that's assumed from. Where's that estimation come from?
People are assumed it. Okay, how much do you
Who's the
think it is?
people? Who's the people? Per DHS, about 2 to 4 million.
Okay, 2 to 4 million. Okay,
According
I'll
to
play your
DHS.
stupid game. 2 to 4
My
million.
stupid
How
game,
many
this is
illegal
DHS.
immigrants?
Who's
How
DHS?
many illegal immigrants? Look it up right now.
Who's
Look it
DHS?
up right now. How many illegal immigrants are in California alone? How
In
many?
California? How many
Alone, just in
undocumented? Because we don't
California.
count them as that.
Then I'm sorry, illegal and undocumented are the same thing.
They're not.
They are.
2.25 to 2.3 million.
So all of them just crossed and came to California, right?
No,
all of them.
stupid. Only 2 to 4.
Oh,
Listen,
so then what, idiot?
what is the total undocumented
You said 2
population?
million people entered. You said
According
2
to
million people entered under the DHS.
Who's
yes?
DHS? Who is DHS?
Bro, you're an idiot. You
How
just
many-
said
how many
DHS
undocumented
said
immigrants- yes.
2 to 3
to
million
4.
illegals came in the border.
Through the entire 4
And all
years.
of them are in California?
Through the entire, you're an idiot. Through the entire 4 years of the Biden administration.
You're an idiot.
Now,
You're reading
to
it and you're understanding you're wrong.
To
That's the funniest part.
to DHS says how many undocumented immigrants live in the United States total? How many?
Let me ask you this. What's
No,
undocumented mean to you?
How many?
Or what does undocumented
It means they
What's
do
the
not
difference
they do
between-
not have United States legal status. Now, how many undocumented immigrants
crossed
live?
in illegally,
How
yes or
no, we'll get into the law in a minute.
So then
No,
what? So what's
I'll
an
dunk you on the
illegal
law.
alien
I will
then?
dunk you on the law in a minute.
What's an illegal?
How
You have
many-
yet to dunk me
What
on
is
the
the
law.
population?
So tell me.
What is the undocumented population in the United States per DHS? What is the current?
I don't know off the top of my head.
It's 14 million. So yeah,
Definitely
2 to
more-
4 million. 2 to 4 million could come in because it's 14 million total. It was 10 million as of 2020.
Okay, let's.
So there's that.
Shall we backtrack on what you're saying?
No, can you concede?
Because you're wrong.
No, so show me information that shows me that I'm wrong. Show me that.
You said that under Biden's administration, 2 to 3
2 to
million illegals. Okay, we'll change it, but it was 2 to 3.
No, I said 2 to 4.
aliens
You can go back.
entered the-
You can go
you
back.
said
I
2
said
to 3.
I
Don't
said
lie.
2 to 4 according
Don't
to
lie.
DHS.
Okay.
2 to 4.
2 to 4. Okay, 2 to
Yeah.
4 million. Sure thing. 2
Sure.
to 4 million entered the country illegally
Sure.
under the Biden admin. Yes?
Sure, estimated.
Yeah?
Sure.
Estimated. Estimated 2 to 4
Correct.
million people. Okay.
Yes.
And now I ask you, how many of those people are in California as of 2020?
I don't know. Why would we
There-
know where they went? We wouldn't know that.
Why does it matter where they are?
So how many illegal aliens
What
are
law
there in
did they
this
break?
country?
Let's go through
In this
that
country,
first.
I
What law?
told you, per DHS, 14 million.
Oh, they broke
undocumented
the
immigrants.
number one law, which is entering the country legally.
What
is a
title?
federal
Okay,
crime.
now we'll get to the law, and I'll dunk you on that too. We're on number
Just-
3. Number
just
3.
Google- okay,
What
I
is
love the
what
fact
is the
that you have
title?
Google.
What is the title?
Just
What
type
is the
in.
title? What is the title that our immigration
Just
law is
type
under?
in.
What is the title that
use
our
Google.
immigration
Hold
law
on a
is
second.
under? What is the
Hold
title
on a
that our
second.
immigration law is under? What is the title that our immigration law is under?
You have Google up.
What's the?
Let's
I
do it
already
together.
know it. No, I don't need to. I know it. What is
Just
the title
type
that?
it in.
What is the title that immigration law is under?
Please just type in.
What is the
it
title?
illegal to enter
What
the
is the
country
title?
illegally? Just
What
write
is
it.
the- it
Don't be a little
depends.
kid.
It depends.
Just
It depends.
What does it depend on? What?
On the law. So
On
what
what?
is the title that our immigration law is under?
Which? Just type it in and let the
What
Google
is the
Gemini
title?
respond to you.
Google Gemini respond to you?
Just
Are you
read AI
kidding me?
overview, guys. Just read AI overview. If you don't know the law, if you don't know anything about DHS, maybe you shouldn't be talking about what you don't know about. It does depend. It depends. And it depends on what you're charged with. It depends on what you're convicted with. It depends on what you're claiming. There's lots of legal status in the United States. That was tough. Rescission is a tough word, guys.
I don't think you can spell it.
Ouch, 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 ouch. W Jedi for the swan. I appreciate you so much, friend. Okay. Let's see. Let me get my new gifty goal up here.
I think Gemini is the Android AI. I could be mistaken.
Gemini is Google's, AI. It's just funny that he's citing AI. Just listen to what AI tells you. That's crazy. All right, we'll do this person, and maybe we can get back to our outline at some point today. But 384 people in here. We should be well on our way to like 25,000 likes because we try to do 50,000 for the hour. It is almost 10:30 Mountain Time here. If we could get that up to 25,000 likes, I believe in you. I know you guys can do it. There's 382 of you in here. There's no reason not to. By the way, I still have 75 left in my goal. I think we should be able to knock that out as well with as many of you that are in here. If we do a dollar train or a tutu train, we would be well beyond that goal. So that would be wonderful. Don't forget that I am multi-streaming, so I am on Twitch and YouTube. I have Super chats over on YouTube if you wish to get my attention, because I know you all are over there pissed off as fuck and citing the one law that you think makes it illegal but does not actually, because you have to be convicted of it and you have to be deported. But I'm not going to say it because you can call in and talk about it. Oh, I don't have my line open yet, but I'll open my line up. It's fine too.
You also, like, you don't even know the consequence of it.
Nope. But, well, you know, it's fine. We've got that going. But let me see if I got this guess first. Slow down. I talk fast. Keep up. California Dreamin', how are you? No, not the immediate.
California dreaming on such a winter's day. I forget about that song all the time.
I love the mamas in the
It makes me
office.
think of choir all the time.
Does. Kava D, how are you today?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I did not.
Oh, well,
I
I
actually-
appreciate you. I appreciate you, but I am looking for Trump supporters today.
You read everything I said. That's basically all I have to say. Why would you meet me down there?
I didn't
Well, I
mute you. My
can't read-
mods did. But
Can't
anyway,
read
hi,
any
how
more
are you today?
questions? I need answers.
I didn't mute you. I don't know
Why
what you
do
said.
you hate Trump?
I
Did he
did-
sneak into your room and he didn't take advantage of you?
Okay, so can I get
I
your
don't think I
age?
would.
Can I get your age, state, and
I'd
I
sneak
obviously
into
know
your
who you
room and
voted for.
climb
Can I
out the
get?
window.
I know,
Sheesh.
sweetheart. Can I get your
Not
age
very
and state?
impressive. But I hate you for a reason, because of the way you talk.
Damn it.
You should
You
really
see,
charge him
I
for
met you
therapy.
already, but you haven't met Trump.
Are you?
None of you guys have.
Which one
I
was it?
have.
Okay, cool. Can I get your
Okay.
age and your state, please,
Now,
before?
I need reasons why.
Anyway.
I just saw it on your tube.
Yeah, I got a live visibility restriction. So if you
Everyone
guys,
boop the fuck out of the screen. And guys,
The
our
screen.
shares need
I'd
to get up
appreciate
to more than 13. More than 13 shares. I told you guys it's rough this morning. Without fail, 4 times in a row. Got flagged for the same stupid bullshit. When we are talking about support your content creators, I am talking about your booping. I'm talking about your sharing. I'm talking about you are reposting. You're adding this to your story.
RT, how are you today?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
I didn't vote.
Do you plan to vote in your midterms?
Possibly. I'm not sure. Kind of on the borderline.
Okay, can I get your
I do
age
have a
and what
question,
state you're
though.
in, though?
Yeah, I'm 36 and I'm in New Jersey.
Cool. Do you know who your congressional representative is and whether they are up for re-election this year?
I'm not sure.
Sure. So I have like ballottrack.gov and I also have vote.org. They're great places that you can Google and put in your zip code and it will find out your candidates that are up for the midterm. So I would advise you to do that to get to know their platforms.
Yeah, I can do that. I can take a look
Sure.
into it. I just had a question.
Sure.
The area I'm in, there's a lot of, they're immigrants. A lot of them actually are sleeping on the side of the street. Very, hardworking people,
Yeah.
honest people.
Uh-huh.
I was just wondering if there's any chance I could get your information, I could sign you up to maybe house a few of them.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that. You're so
sweetheart.
gross. You didn't even have the balls
Do
to
you
go out and
know-
vote.
How do you know that they are immigrants or illegal? Do they wear shirts
What
that
makes
say
them
it?
look illegal?
No, you can actually drive up to.
You can tell. You can just tell.
My
you can always tell.
God.
I'm
Like,
in
it makes-
Colorado. We do a damn good job of taking care of our immigrants here, babe. It's fine.
You guys take care of your people.
Also that.
Like RTE, you didn't have the balls to go out and vote. But
Yeah,
yet you
but
have
you have
the
judgment.
audacity to make comments
But
like
you have
that.
judgments. Sure. Anyway. Okay. Let's get back to the outline. Okay, the White House defended the clip. This is Caroline Levitt specifically. The White House defended the clip as an internet meme video and told critics to stop the fake outrage. Of course, now they're going to call.
They're gonna get all pissy.
Now they're going to get me in. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
I voted for Donald Trump.
Can I get your age and your state, please?
I am 38 and I live in New Jersey.
Okay, why are you still supporting Trump?
Because I think he's doing a good job.
With what?
I feel like the reason we need immigrants to have a working workforce is because we demonize masculinity for the past 20 years and feminized ourselves to the point where we can't really keep up a good working infrastructure.
What the founding fathers look like?
A bunch of white dudes
Yeah, how'd they dress?
with wigs.
And heels and
Yeah,
makeup.
does
So
that
so masculinity and femininity changes per society and per time. It changes.
Yeah, but we're a society in
What
decline because of it.
sure, what is masculine about Donald Trump?
What is masculine?
Yeah.
It's not about an individual.
Oh, but he's bringing it
It's
back. So
about-
how's he doing that? He's bringing
Well,
it back.
I
How's
don't
he doing
know.
that?
I mean, the hate for Trump, too, when he was banging porn stars and being a degenerate, he was a Democrat, and he was on The View and on
No.
Oprah.
Stormy
and everybody
Daniels. Stormy
loved
Daniels.
him.
No, he's been a Democrat. He's been an independent. He is now a Republican. He has run in every.
Yes, that's
Right.
why he's under so much heat and
He was a
attack.
Republican when he did
Because
that.
he's a Republican. It has nothing to do with him as an individual.
No,
I
it
don't
does.
think.
I don't like him because I don't think his policies are beneficial to the American people. So if you could give me something where his policy is beneficial to the American people, we could talk about it. If you want to just keep trolling and glazing his taint, you can do that.
I'm being sincere. I
Sure.
love tariffs. I feel like
What is a
we've
tariff?
been lied to.
What is a tariff?
If you think
What
that
is a tariff?
the putting financial parameters around imports and exports to the United States.
Who pays a tariff?
It doesn't matter if you
It doesn't matter.
put so much.
It doesn't
Can
matter.
I-
If we put a
can I
tariff,
make
nope,
a-
if we put a tariff on Chinese goods, who pays for that?
Man, China is the worst too.
Sure, China's the worst, but if we put a tariff on Chinese goods, who pays for that?
Ultimately, if we make the goods here,
Great, that's awesome. You still
It's
didn't
a
answer my
win-
question.
it's a
So if we
win-win.
are paying to we put a tariff on Chinese goods, who pays for that?
I'm willing to pay and to sacrifice short-term pain for
answer it. So
long-term gain.
who pays for it?
Ultimately, the money that's being
The pain. Make it stop. I think his hairline was like right on the top of his like bald head. I think his hairline was like right here where my headset is setting. Because when you have to talk about the fact that men are being demasculated and you feel like you guys are being under attacked, y'all have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. So turn the phone lines back on. But I was pretty much done with that BBC article. Like I said, I'll post it. It is behind a paywall, so just go to paywall remover, post it in. It's usually like option 2 is the one that'll bring up a new tab for you to be able to read it. In case you guys don't know how to use that and how that works. Sometimes
ad
you can
blockers will work.
Well, and I think the one I have is the I have the one that is paywall blocked. Yeah, I do.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you for calling the stream. H State, who'd you vote for?
I just see you live, and you asking why I support Trump.
Yeah, can I get your age and state, please?
Sorry?
Can I get your age and the state you
I am
voted?
immigrant. I am immigrant, so
Oh, so you couldn't
I'm trying
vote.
to learn English. Yeah.
Sure. Anyway, that thank you, by the way, Juicy Juice Godfrey, for the tutu train. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the tutu train, guys. 276 people in here. We're almost 250,000 likes, so you guys are doing rockin' on the likes. But if you could help me get down my goal, that would be wonderful. I talk to these people so that you don't have to, and I also put in a lot of work to do the research that I've been doing lately on these outlines. So pretty much done with that BBC article. What I was going to go to next is the fact that this shouldn't be shocking to anybody because he has a history of this. So we're going to bring up this one. Is this one behind a goddamn paywall too? It might be.
A lot of places are now starting to do paywalls and stuff like that. Again, guys, if you want to figure out how to block your paywalls, you go to Paywall Blocker. You can look that up on Google and you can pop it in there because it's very unfortunate that places where we get information is now starting to charge.
Charging you for information is crazy. All right.
Correct.
If we remember, let's go back in time. Trump retweets a video of supporters shouting, "White power." 28th of June, 2020. Don't worry, guys. We're going to go back farther, too. U.S. President Donald Trump retweeted a video showing one of his supporters loudly shouting white power. The supporter was among a group of people taking part in a pro-Trump rally at a retirement complex in Florida. The footage showed supporters and opponents of the president hurling abuse and swearing at one another. Mr. Trump has denied accusations that he is seeking to capitalize on racial tensions. His spokesman says he did not hear the comment in the video. So this is what it looked like, because he still had Twitter until 2021. So thank you to the great people of the villages. The radical left do nothing. Democrats will fall in the fall. Corrupt Joe is shot. See you soon. And this was what he had retweeted. This video, I do have a video version of it I will post in the outline, but I will not play it on here. TikTok does not like it. But again, this should not be shocking. That's the whole point. This should not be shocking to anybody, because he has history of this. Let's go to the campaign trail again, shall we? Gonna go to the campaign trail now.
And then I got indicted a second time, and a third time, and a fourth
To be clear, this is why black people like him, he said.
time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing.
So, according to Donald Trump, black people like and support him because they recognize what being targeted looks like. He's trying to compare his oppression in indictments to the systemic oppression of the United States, and especially over-policing in this country. Sure. Okay. Same conference, by the way. It talks about the people that he can see. Oh, we'll get that in a minute. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
Sorry. You keep me out for?
Yeah, because you're trying to fake an accent and it's not working too well for you. Also, don't need to talk to ladder pullers. That's great.
Good. These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there. But I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones, you see? That's how far I've come. That's how far I've come. That's a long way, isn't it? These lights. We've come a long way together. Lynn Patton. Good.
He can see the black ones, guys. He can see them. It's fine. And I know you guys are okay with this. The Tubes of You is just praising him. I'm so shocked.
I don't. Again, excluding the mods and the people who voted for Kamala on the Tube chat before I get crucified, every single one of you have no personality. Y'all personify your relationship with him. You believe your social, what's the word? What's what I'm thinking of?
A parasocial relationship?
Your
Yeah.
parasocial relationship is you. You guys think you're him, but you're not. That's not comedy, Ollie Bear. Nothing about that is comedy.
Now we've got, again, campaign trail. So you guys knew who he was.
My
Everybody
God,
knew. So I don't want to hear people act shocked.
And we had a great interview, I think, and I heard you got very good ratings on that.
Well, you
interview.
told me it was the longest one of your life, so we had a good discussion. Look, I want to talk about why you're here today. I mean, it is not lost on us how divided we are as a country. And as you were coming today, we really got to see that we are divided along the lines of race, along the lines of gender. And there is this question of, in this moment where we are, why come here? What is your message today?
My message is to stop people from invading our country that are taking, frankly, a lot of problems with it. But one of the big problems, and a lot of the journalists in this room I know and I have great respect for, a lot of the journalists in this room are black. I will tell you that coming from the border are millions and millions of people that happen to be taking black jobs. You had the best.
What exactly is a black job, sir?
A black job is anybody that has a job. That's what it is. Anybody that has a job.
All right.
And
Mr. President,
they're taking the employment.
Black Jobs. We remember Black Jobs? Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
I voted for Trump.
Okay, can I get your age and state, please?
I'm 38 and I live in the Northeast
Okay, why are you still supporting Trump?
because he was the best option given the options given.
No, I said, why are you still supporting him? Don't know if you know this. He was elected. So, not why you voted for him.
Because he has an America First plan, and America needs to focus on America.
What and what policies is he doing to enact America First?
The immigration policy is number one.
How does that put? How does that put?
Not allowing untenable amounts of people to flood our country.
How does that put America first?
Right thing to do. Every other major country operates that way.
Yeah, we have immigration laws as well. What's the title that our immigration laws under?
That's beyond the point.
Oh.
Citing a document
sure.
name is
how does getting rid? Sure. Then we'll move on. We'll move on to the America First part of it. How does getting rid of immigrants benefit the American people?
Because allowing untenable amounts of people to come here and absorb social services and everything like that puts a burden on.
Where do they get social
our
services?
country to
Where do
provide services.
undocumented immigrants get social services?
In many places, they get it
Show
in
me.
California. They get it in Connecticut.
They get federal resources.
Which are where I used to grow up.
I don't care. I don't care. Where do they get federal?
Cell phones.
Do they get federal resources? Oh no, a cell phone. Oh, show me where they got food stamps.
And putting a burden on the financial sector.
Show me
of our
where they get
country.
food stamps, sweetheart. I know you're going to crash out. Show me. Prove to me that they get food stamps.
I'm not going to crash out. I'm just explaining
Prove to me,
you,
not with facts. Not with facts. So I want you to explain. No, you are over talking. I want you to explain to me with factual information and not your feelings. Prove to me that undocumented immigrants are receiving food stamps. Okay, that's what I thought. You were going to hang up because I put you on hold because you're a big baby crybaby. Cucky little bitches. Just prove it to me. Prove to me that undocumented immigrants are getting SNAP.
So, I know you saw Tiff.
Yes, but I need it from like a news source that they're blaming a staffer. That's what I was trying to find.
You want to hear Caroline Levitt's quote?
Oh, got one. Yeah, I got part of the quote, but I saw the other one. You can read it though.
Caroline says this is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and the Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public. I hope to God Disney sues. Where?
They're not.
Who? Characters from The Lion King.
Yeah, that's not what they looked like in The Lion King at all.
No.
All right. So,
thank you, Tiff.
White House blames staffer for racist Obama video shared by Trump. The White House initially defended the post, which depicted the former president and first lady as apes. Following widespread bipartisan backlash, the post was removed. All right. So we know what it was. Saw the reaction. They blame the staffer. The racist video of the Obamas that Trump shared on Truth Social late last night has been taken down following a drumbeat of highly critical responses from Republican lawmakers. A White House official told NBC News a White House staffer erroneously made the post. It has been taken down. So it's staffers when it wants to be, and it's him when it wants to be. Right? That's what we're gonna do.
That's always the argument like. If it was a staffer, then he's not paying attention and or his social media team is not paying attention to what's being posted, number one.
Right.
And
then why'd you defend it initially?
Correct. Because this is where I state. Being someone who has worked in political campaigns, being someone who was a VP president for a political campaign. It was my job to make sure everything was done. If something came out wrong, the first thing I did is took it down and had conversations. You don't defend your shit.
Okay. They can blame a staffer all they want to. There's still we have the facts of Trump's racism, which we will keep going with. But go ahead, babe.
That is also talk about things that concern the American public. That is a huge thing. That should concern every single person.
Okay, so we did.
I didn't mean to overtalk.
No, you're totally fine. So we did Black Jobs. Got that one. I'll put this in here. You're fine, Stelbel Mamas. She's like, you closed the door.
She was singing the song. She said, hello! Save me!
Let me open the door for her real quick.
You're good. 211 people. You guys got the shares up to 35. That's fantastic. Y'all can do so much fucking better than what you're doing right now. Can we at least get the shares up to 100? I know you guys can do that. If you guys hold the screen, you can send it to at least 50 people. I don't care who the fuck you send this to. Let's get these shares up. Make sure you are reposting. And that goal has not been touched. Let's touch that goal. Hey, over at the tubes, I know I'm insufferable. If you want me off the panel, you can participate in capitalism. Send the doll hairs to Monica so you can have me off the panel for 30 seconds. But I still get off the panel. So you don't have to hear me, see me, whatever the fuck. Because y'all are just a bunch of, like, sissies. That's it. Y'all are sissies.
All right, this is from February 15th of 2017. FBI releases files on Trump apartments race discrimination probe in the 70s. Let's go way, way back. The FBI has released nearly 400 pages of records on an investigation the Bureau conducted in the 1970s into alleged racial discrimination in the rental apartments from President Donald Trump's real estate company. The files detail dozens of interviews the Bureau conducted with Trump building tenants, management, and employees seeking indications that minority tenants were steered away from housing complexes. Most of those interviewed said they were not aware of any discrimination. However, some of the records recount the stories of black rental applicants who said they were told no apartments were available, while white people sent to check on the same apartments were offered leases. The records, posted on the FBI's Freedom of Information Act website, include a 1974 interview with a former doorman at a Trump building in Brooklyn. I'll read that up, but I want to show you. Look, love this. This is hyperlinked, and it sends you to the records vault where it has all the PDFs that you can download and read in regards to testimony per that investigation. A supervisor, quote, told me that if a black person came to 2650 Ocean Parkway and inquired about an apartment for rent, and he, that is, name was redacted, was not there at the time, that I should tell him that the rent was twice as much as it really was in order that he could not afford the apartment, the ex-doorman said. Many of the accounts of discrimination appear to have originated with the National Urban League, which relayed the information to the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division. Some of those complaints are barely legible, and many of the records are heavily redacted. In October 1973, the Civil Rights Division filed a lawsuit against Trump Management Company, Donald Trump and his father, Fred Trump, alleging that African Americans and Puerto Ricans were systematically excluded from apartments. The Trumps responded with a $100 million countersuit accusing the government of defamation. Donald Trump denied any racial discrimination, but said his managers tried to weed out certain kinds of tenants. Quote, what we didn't do was rent to welfare cases, white or black, Trump wrote in a 1987 book. Oh, good, he's not racist, he's just classist and hates poor people. No, he's still racist. The Trumps and their company entered into a consent decree settling the litigation in 1975. The agreement contained no admission of wrongdoing, but required the Trump firm to institute a series of safeguards to make sure apartments were rented without regard to race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. Now we have that. Pretty sure that was the next one on there that I saved. Yep. So that would be, which they had it linked to, but I have it as well. That would be this. United States District Court, Eastern District of New York, United States of America, against Fred C. Trump, Donald Trump, and Trump Management Incorporated. And you can read through that case. Like I said, they settled with no wrongdoing, but they did pay a fine.
That was so loud in my. When I collect my points for sending you stuff, it was like a bada boop.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, hello. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Patrick for the 10 on the PalPay. I appreciate you. Didn't put a message in there, but I do appreciate you, W. Patrick, for the 10.
That doesn't drop me. If you were trying to drop me, Patrick. By the way,
terms and conditions may apply.
Do apply.
Do apply.
They always apply.
Okay, let me see before I keep going.
I angered the tubes. I've made them angry.
They're just mad today. All right, let's keep going back in time, shall we?
If I could turn back time.
I call them the Exonerated Five, but most people know them by the Central Park Five. Sue Donald Trump for jogger case remarks made at presidential debate. So again, on the campaign trail. This was October 21st of 2024. The men, formerly known as the Central Park Five, before they were exonerated, filed a defamation lawsuit on Monday against Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. With Election Day 2 weeks away, the group accused the former president of making false and defamatory statements about them during last month's presidential debate with Vice President Kamala Harris. The group is asking for a jury to determine compensatory and punitive damages. They said defendant Trump falsely stated that plaintiffs killed an individual and pled guilty to the crime. These statements are demonstrably false, the group wrote in the federal complaint. The men are upset because Trump essentially defamed them in front of 67 million people. I hate when the ads do that. Which has caused them to seek to clear their names all over again. Co-lead counsel Shannon Specter told the Associated Press in the email. So let's get to his comments. Do they? Yeah, they have them here. Well, they also did this because he stated that they had killed a woman. The issue is we will go into the case right now. Okay. Yusef Salem, Antron McCray, Kevin Richardson, Raymond Santana, and Corey Wise were teenagers when they were accused of the 1989 rape and beating of a white woman jogger in New York City's Central Park. The five, who are black and Latino, said they confessed to the crimes under duress. They later recanted, pleading not guilty in court, and were later convicted after jury trials. Their convictions, Jesus Christ, their convictions were vacated in 2002 after another person confessed to the crime. After the crime, Trump purchased a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for the reinstatement of the death penalty. At the time, many in New York believed Trump's ad was akin to calling for the teens to be executed. The jogger case was Trump's first foray into tough-on-crime politics that preluded his full-throated populist political persona. Since then, dog whistles and overtly racist rhetoric have been fixtures of Trump's public life. All right, so here's his quote from the September 10th, 2024 debate against Kamala Harris. Quote, they said they pled guilty. And I said, well, if they pled guilty, they badly hurt a person, killed a person, ultimately. And they pled guilty, then they pled not guilty. He appeared to be confusing guilty pleas with confessions. Also, no victim died. So he's been lying on people and pulling out ads, full-page ads on 5 teenage boys, asking for the death penalty to be reinstated. Now, why would you ask for the death penalty to be reinstated specifically for that group of people, if not for that purpose? So the reason I wanted to go over this is, yes, it is a big deal what happened on Truth Social this morning. They can say it was a staffer, whatever. It was somebody within the admin, and the admin initially defended it, which makes it not okay in and of itself. But this shouldn't be a shock to you, which was my point of showing you some of the history, if you didn't know, behind Donald Trump and his racist attacks. What concerns me more is the things that they are doing in regards to policy. So we're going to get into that. How Trump upended 60 years of civil rights in 2 months. An assault on federal protections may bring about a new era of unchecked discrimination. Last year, a little-known office in the U.S. Department of Labor helped black workers at a Texas medical center recover $900,000 in back wages, and black workers at a Caterpillar manufacturing plant in Illinois recover $800,000, each time over allegations that those applicants lost out on jobs because of their race. Called the Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs, this division investigates and fights employment discrimination for 1/5 of the U.S. labor force. It was created in 1965 when President Lyndon B. Johnson signed an executive order strengthening the provision of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that banned racial discrimination of employers. The OFCCP specifically enforced the law among businesses and institutions that contracted with the government or received federal funds. The landmark law also bans segregation and discrimination in all public places, including schools, libraries, restaurants, and buses. For more than 60 years, the executive order helped many thousands of workers who had endured discrimination. Yet despite the law, research shows that Black Americans continue to face pervasive employment discrimination at a rate that has not declined since the late 1980s. On his second day in office, President Donald Trump labeled OFCCP's efforts to enforce the 1964 Civil Rights Act illegal and discriminatory, presumably against white people. He signed his own executive order revoking Johnson's on behalf of, as he put it, hard-working Americans who deserve a shot at the American dream. Within the week, Trump's acting Secretary of Labor ordered the OFCCP to immediately cease and desist all investigative and enforcement activity and close all open cases. A few weeks later, OFCCP's acting director proposed slashing its staff by 90%. In fewer than 2 months, 6 decades of civil rights enforcement was essentially dead. Trump has justified these actions by claiming he is rooting out racial discrimination disguised as diversity, equity, and inclusion. Indeed, the other federal agency charged with investigating employment discrimination, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, recently created a page on its website dedicated to helping white Americans file complaints based on being victimized by diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Again, who's going to tell me he's not racist? You're going to tell me that this administration is not racist. And you're going to defend that. Since returning to power, Trump has used his singular authority as the head of the federal government to recast the white majority as the primary victims of systemic racial discrimination, though no evidence, not even self-reporting among white people, shows this to be true. In addition to upending long-established enforcement of civil rights law and employment, he has undermined civil rights protections in housing and education and environmental policy, crippled or shuttered entire federal civil rights agencies, and retracted federal findings of civil rights violations against police departments. He has forced by mandate, threat, and coercion the elimination of policies and cultural norms focused on integration and equality throughout government, education, and the private sector. Trump has claimed, though he has no authority to do so, to have repealed birthright citizenship, which was embedded in the Constitution at the end of slavery to guarantee Black American citizenship by birthright and grants automatic citizenship to all people born on American soil. It goes further into how this has been a plan by the conservative ideological base for decades, for a long, long fucking time. So what was next on that list? So let's go into, I have, unfortunately, the EO. You can read how ridiculous this fucking is. You guys are doing awesome on those likes, by the way. Let me just take a moment and say that 180 people in here. We're almost to 100,000 likes, and it's only a little bit after 11. You guys are rocking it on those likes. I appreciate you guys being here and supporting so much. I know this is information heavy, but I felt that it was very, very important. We can sit and rail against the fucking truth this morning, or we can look into the history, find out what he's doing legislatively, and try to combat that, because that's the only thing we can do. Instead of screaming into the void about what we know exists, find what he's doing and start going after it. We have things we are going to have to rebuild once this man is gone. So let's take note of the things we have to rebuild to make sure they are on our list to do so and they don't get left by the wayside, because it's important. Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History. That is the EO order, March 27th of 2025. Over the past decade, Americans have witnessed a concerted and widespread effort to rewrite our nation's history, replacing objective facts with a distorted narrative, driven by ideology rather than truth. This revisionist movement seeks to undermine the remarkable achievements of the United States by casting its founding principles and history milestones in a negative light. So they're mad that we are talking truthfully about the foundation of our nation being rotted. Our foundation was built on the exploitation of the indigenous and the Black community. But we can't talk about that anymore. Sounds like they're the ones rewriting history to me. Under this historical revision, our nation's unparalleled legacy of advancing liberty, individual rights, and human happiness is reconstructed as inherently racist, sexist, oppressive, or otherwise irredeemably flawed. Rather than fostering unity and a deeper understanding of our shared past, the widespread effort to rewrite history deepens societal divides and fosters a sense of national shame, disregarding the progress America has made and the ideals that continue to inspire millions around the globe. So there was a quote. I don't have that, actually. I should have got that, but I don't have it. There was a J.D. Vance had come out and said, you don't have to, he either said you don't have to be ashamed or you don't have to be sorry. Thank you, Amber. I'm going to get that new goal up. I appreciate you. You don't have to be ashamed or you don't have to be sorry, or you don't have to apologize. I think that's what it was. You don't have to apologize for being white. Who was? It's just a question. Who was or who felt like they needed to? I have never, ever been told by anyone, never felt like I needed to, and never have apologized for being white. What I do is that I understand my privilege, and I recognize my privilege. I recognize that the color of my skin is not a barrier to me in this society. That's all I do. I recognize that, and I use my privilege to talk about the marginalization of communities. I'm also a woman, so there is an intersectionality in that. And we, as white people and as white women, need to recognize that privilege and use the privilege that we have to fight for marginalized communities. Why is it always black women who have to step up? Why? Why can't we get up here and call this shit out? Why do you celebrate it?
Talking about stuff like this, bringing education to the forefront, trying to educate people is the bare minimum. Is the bare fucking minimum.
All right. So, what else is the Trump administration attacking? Oh, well, museums, of course. President Trump is right about the Smithsonian. The National Museum of African American History and Culture debuted a series to educate people on a society that privileges white people and whiteness, defining so-called white dominant culture as ways white people and their tradition, attitudes, and ways of life have been normalized over time, and portraying the nuclear family, work ethic, and intellect as white qualities rooted in racism. The campaign featured content from hardcore woke activist Ibram X. Kendi. If you do not know who Ibram X. Kendi is, and his book, Stamped from the Beginning, you should look into Ibram X. Kendi. You should read his book, Stamped from the Beginning. He's also done, I'm pretty sure they did a Netflix series as well. If you don't have time to read the book, even though that's silly, you should be able to read the book. But if you don't have time, things like on Netflix, like Stamped from the Beginning, from Ibram X. Kendi is on there. There's lots of documentaries you can watch on things like this, understanding that the people who were here, the indigenous people, didn't live by way of a nuclear family. It was a very matriarchal, it was a very community-ridden society, the same way that black people lived their lives, very community-driven. Nuclear family is white supremacy. It is this idea that you need to have two-person home, man, woman, 1.5 children, white picket fence, and a dog. That's not the way every family looks. It shouldn't have to be the way every family looks. It is white supremacy. So what this goes into, this again on the White House page, this goes into things that the Smithsonian had, right? The Smithsonian, how dare they? How dare they have an intersex, inclusive, progressive pride flag? Oh no. Oh no. This again is going to be all about white fragility, and their feelings. The National Portrait Gallery features art commemorating the act of illegally crossing the inclusive and exclusionary southern border, even making it a finalist for one of its awards. How dare we represent the struggle and hardships of the marginalized community of Latinos and other communities who try to cross into our country for a better life for their families? How dare we represent that art? Let's see. We had, they got mad about a lot of stuff. They had a picture of Anthony Fauci. I don't know. That's not what we're talking about today. Just cry, I guess. I don't know. All right. An exhibit at the American History Museum depicts migrants watching Independence Day fireworks through an opening in the U.S.-Mexico border wall and says America's founders feared non-white immigration. That's true. That's true. It's just been a fact for as long as we've been a country. If you guys don't know the history of immigration in this country, you should look into it. Obviously, that's why we have things like you have the Dred Scott decision, one of the most shameful things that ever happened in our nation. You have birthright citizenship as a fight, and SCOTUS upholding it for people born in this country. You have the fact that Irishmen and Italian immigrants were not seen as white in this country initially. They were not white enough, and now they are counted within the white population because we are so scared of black and brown people. We need more white people to fill that void. Mm-hmm. So this is the picture that offends them. How dare they look at the freedom that we claim to offer to all? How dare they look at it through a wall that is being erected? Mm-hmm. An American History Museum exhibit features a depiction of the Statue of Liberty holding a tomato in her right hand instead of a torch and a basket of tomatoes in her left hand instead of a tablet. So again, multiple examples of this. This is from the White House specifically talking about the things that they don't like, which is just inclusion in art. Who is this? This is the SPL Center. Let me go back up. Yeah, so the SPL Center, Erasing the Past, the Trump administration's attacks on history since 2025. And I'll go specifically down to here. All right, so they're, again, talking about in the executive order. More fallout from the executive order came on June 2025 when the National Park Service placed signs. Oh, God, excuse me, sorry. Signs throughout the park grounds asking visitors to use QR codes to report any negative history they encounter at the parks. 2 months later, Trump ordered a review of content at the Smithsonian Museums for negative history. On September 12, 2025, the National Park Service ordered the removal of the scourged back, a photo of an enslaved man's scarred and wounded back, from display at Fort Pulaski National Monument in Georgia. In the 1860s, the circulation of this photo made white Americans painfully aware of the horrors of slavery and helped galvanize public support for the Union and for emancipation. They removed a photo that showed the brutality of what slavery did to people in this nation. Why would they remove that? Explain it to me without racism. Oh, wait. YouTubers. Let's see. Let me find that actually. Bring it up from them. So if you guys don't know what that picture is that they removed, I'll show you real quick. If you've never seen that photo before, that's the picture they removed. Why? Why did that need to be removed? Did it hurt your sensibilities? You can't admit that there are things in this nation that are disgusting, that we built our nation on. You can't handle that fact. Donald Trump can't handle that fact. This administration can't handle that fact. Interesting. What concerns me more, this is like the last little bit of my outline, guys. What concerns me more is going to be this. This is why I need everybody to pay attention. The future of voting rights. This is on SCOTUS blog as of August 27th of 2025. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 is one of the most important laws adopted in my lifetime. Granted, this is going to be an opinion piece, but this is a case that's going to court. Long overdue, it substantially advanced the promise of the 15th Amendment in lessening racial discrimination in voting by, among other things, requiring federal oversight in jurisdictions that had a history of preventing people from voting based on race. But two matters pending on the Supreme Court's docket portend potential significant changes in the law of voting rights and of civil rights more generally. First, a recent order of the Supreme Court on August 1st raises serious concerns that a crucial part of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 is in real danger of being struck down. In fact, the case, Louisiana versus, I'm going to say Kylas, probably wrong, to be argued on October 15th could bring a racial undermining of many important federal and state civil rights laws. So this was argued. I did listen to some of the argumentation. I believe Cass had played it. You can find it. Cass has it on her YouTube, but you can also just find it anywhere on the internet. If you look up this specific case and just look up oral arguments, you can listen to the argumentations by the Trump administration's lawyer. I think that was John D. Sauer who did that one as well, versus the people who are fighting it, and listen to what the argumentation is. For half a century, the Supreme Court has held that proving a violation of equal protection, that is, that the government has violated the Constitution by treating people who are otherwise similarly situated differently, requires a plaintiff to show that the government acted with a discriminatory purpose. Yet it is enormously difficult to do so. Rarely, any longer, do legislatures express racist purposes in enacting laws. Also, social psychologists long have documented how implicit biases infect decision-making. I wish I actually had the stuff on this. Blue said, couldn't get a full week into BHM without overt racism from the President of the United States. Yeah, absolutely. Of course not, Blue. I wish I had the links for this. I can get them later to put them in the Discord. There have been studies on this. There have been literal quotes on this from going from Jim Crow into the Civil Rights era, where Republican and conservative politicians specifically said that they knew they were going to have to change their language. We know this if you are somebody who pays attention. We knew that this started once the 13th Amendment was passed, that did not allow slavery anymore and only legalized it in the form of being convicted of a crime, vagrancy laws came about all of a sudden. You couldn't be a vagrant. You couldn't just be standing there seemingly to not be contributing to America in any way. And so those laws, Calais, Louisiana versus Calais. Thank you. So vagrancy laws came about in order to start locking up Black people again, because now you can't own them as slaves anymore, but you can if they work for the prison system, which we are also going to privatize so that we make money off of it. Vagrancy laws came about. There's also even later, when you start hearing politicians talking about, we can't say certain words anymore, but we're going to talk about certain things like redlining. We're going to talk about certain things like school systems. Like they're not stupid. Racists are not stupid. Maybe you guys are on the tubes of you. You guys are the stupid racists. They just feed into your lesser beastie instincts of being assholes. The politicians, however, their racism is not dumb. They're very smart. So they pass laws that specifically hurt marginalized communities, specifically Black and brown communities, and specifically in ways of voting to continue and further their racism. And that's what that was talking about. Let's see if I can find. So in way of the voting rights, what they're going to be, let's look at the case so that I can see exactly what they're going to be going after so I don't describe it improperly. Argumentation. Oh, look, you can even click on that and get the argumentation. Isn't that wonderful? All right. The present case involves a challenge to the current congressional redistricting map enacted in Louisiana on the grounds that one of the congressional districts created by the Louisiana state legislature, District 6, is an impermissible racial gerrymander in violation of the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. This challenge reflects the tension between Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act and the Equal Protection Clause. The Voting Rights Act protects minority voters against dilution resulting from redistricting maps that crack or pack a large and geographically compact minority population. On the other hand, the Equal Protection Clause applies strict scrutiny to redistricting that is grounded predominantly on race. So what's happening is that they're trying to basically Uno reverse the Voting Rights Act and say that the fact that we have equal protections and we are trying to help the marginalized community be able to have access to voting when they were previously oppressed to not vote, that the fact that we're giving them this equal opportunity is now an Uno reverse that hurts white people. And that specifically these districts are created to help the Black vote simply because they're Black. That's what they're fighting. But to tell me again that they're not racist. Tell me again that they're not trying to break any sort of progress that we've had in the United States. Just you know. But sure. Let me bring up that one as well. But yeah. I don't know. I just kind of want you guys to sit in that today.
I'm assuming your phone lines have been open the whole time.
Whole time.
Huh. Y'all talk big game in the chat. That's all you ever do.
Yep. You guys talk real big in the chat. Let's see. Let's get some people in here. Let me read some of these comments. Your family owns farms and no illegal immigrants work for us. They have permits. Good job. Good for you. Following the law. I have a misunderstanding with the masses being dumb. I don't, because we also know that a majority of the Americans in this country cannot read above a 5th grade reading level. So I don't.
Y'all don't read. Y'all don't expand your brain.
Oh,
Y'all choose to sit in delusion.
The Tubes is arguing about separation of church and state, which we weren't even talking about today, but go off, guys. I see some of you in there are fighting really hard on getting the truth about where under God came from and when it came from, specifically in the pledge and on the dollar. W you guys for knowing your history and that it was not added until the 50s. So W that. That's not what we were talking about today, but I love that.
Justin, I have no idea how we got there. You got there, though.
But you got there.
I mean, it's just...
Because racism is uncomfy, and sitting in it is uncomfortable. So they have to talk about anything else.
Yep. I also want people to know, you notice the number went down?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else realize the number went down? Because they don't want to talk about this.
No.
And there's friendlies that don't want to listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Neither myself nor Monica are excluded from the fact that we as white women sit in white supremacy.
And I debated it. I have a whole section, which wouldn't have lasted the whole live. We still would have had to find things to talk about. But I had a whole section about talking about Trump RX because that dropped last night, right? Hold on.
Now you want to call.
You can call back in 1 second. Let me finish my thought before I lose it. Talking about Trump RX because I saw the post this morning, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring it up, but maybe I won't go into it because I don't like to talk about these topics because I'm a fucking white woman. I will never be able to express properly, accurately, the experiences of the Black and brown communities in this country. It will never be something that I can do. I will not claim to do so. So I almost was going to just bring that up and move on. And instead what I did is I realized that I'm not going to speak for them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to goddamn it do the research, which I did all this morning. This isn't stuff I did last night. I did all of this morning to gather this information. And I'm going to damn sure use my privilege and my fucking platform of having 14,000 people follow me to bring it up. Because it is my job to call it out. That's what it is.
100%. I mean, this was not the first thing that people want to wake up to. But we don't have to go through this on a daily basis. This is publicly out there. Everyone saw this.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are uncomfortable about it because they don't want to have conversations about it. There are people sitting here who are extremely uncomfortable. Hell, even still now, I think people get uncomfortable.
It makes me uncomfortable. Yeah.
110%.
It makes me uncomfortable.
But that does not mean we stop talking about it.
And it should. Thank you, Peter. It should make you uncomfortable.
100%.
100,000. Oh, I hit 100,000 likes. You guys. You guys are awesome. Woo! I still have like 30 fucking minutes to go, and you guys knocked those likes out of the park. Let's see if we can get... You guys are doing so great. Let's see if we can get another 50,000 before we end. Let's see if we can hit 150,000 before we end. If we can't, we can't. That's fine. I'll open the phone lines up now. You can call back. I just wanted to finish my thought because I'll forget it.
But yeah, no. One of the biggest things, and if you guys know who Jesse is, Jesse will hold lives like this where he talks about white people. What we are doing is the bare minimum.
Eden, your fingers hurt? Well, now your back's going to hurt because you pulled landscaping duty. Just kidding. I love you. Thank you for calling the stream. H-State, who'd you vote for?
Yeah. Hey, well, I just wanted to say I'm one of the commenters that took the bait in debating the mega regards that were saying, you know, things about God.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, not everyone was like being regarded. Most of us.
Please don't use variations of slurs. Why would you do that? I thought that's what he did the first time. I was waiting to see if he fucking did it again. Don't do that.
No. Don't.
And also, I wasn't like admonishing you guys for talking about. I just looked over and went to scroll up on some of the comments, and you guys were talking about separation of church and state. I was just confused because we weren't talking about that today. But I'm fine if you guys are having those conversations, as long as factual information is being given, which it is. But please don't use any variations of the R word. There's so many more colorful fucking insults in the English language.
My other thing that I think people don't understand is when we have conversations like this and you have Trump supporters who sit there and they're like, don't you see how what you're saying is racist? What's wrong with us wanting to hold other white people accountable? Can someone tell me that? Y'all will hold everyone else accountable, but not your own.
We can talk about separation of church and state because Stephen Henrik over here on the Tubes of You chat is says separation of church and state is not a constitutional principle. Well, okay, we can get into that in a minute. Somebody told me to check live chat, so I'm gonna.
When have we not?
Yes,
we
I
have
did
constantly
see this.
not
Thank you,
held
Link.
white people accountable. Are you fucking kidding me? We have allowed white people to be the way they are. It's not a broad statement.
I saw it on Twitter, Lakin, and I saw it a lot, so maybe that's why I didn't even think about it, but I will bring that up before we get into church and state.
It's not a broad statement. Y'all are fucking ridiculous.
National Park Service removes exhibit on people enslaved by George Washington. Don't know if you know this. Shocker. Newsflash for all of you. 250 years later, George Washington had slaves. Oh, Jesus
That
Christ.
was a little loud.
Oh, my God.
Le gasp.
Less than a week after Clint Smith wrote in The Atlantic about the need for private museums to preserve history, the National Park Service removed content from Independence National Historical Park in Philadelphia that referenced slavery and the challenges, I apologize, I needed to zoom it in, faced by enslaved people. The outdoor exhibit was at the President's House site where George and Martha Washington lived when Philadelphia was the nation's capital. Oh no, are we mad about George Washington? Aren't you just the person? Didn't I just speak to you?
Yes, and I apologize for
Okay.
using that word.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a wonderful
You're
day. Okay. Let me read this. All right. Stop. Go away. The informational panels discussed Washington's ownership of enslaved people and included details about the lives of people enslaved at the site, as well as information about the broader history of slavery. The exhibit, Freedom and Slavery in the Making of a New Nation, had been on display for more than 15 years, according to the Park Service website. It examined the paradox between slavery and freedom in the founding of the nation. Again, this is just honesty. It's not a rewriting of history. It is just honesty about what our nation was founded on and the fact that there was hypocrisy in it. There's a couple good PBS documentaries on this if you want to watch The American Revolution by Ken Burns. There's also a really good one on Thomas Jefferson. I'm not sure if that's Ken Burns. It might be. My husband would know if he would load from Nom. About
Load from Nom is crazy.
about how Thomas Jefferson wrote about freedom, insisted on freedom for all men, and yet enslaved people, and yet raped his enslaved women and had children by them.
Those teeth he had that were wooden.
George Washington
Were not wooden. Those weren't wooden. Those were slave teeth.
Correct.
I learned that from Blue.
So why are we removing this when all we're doing is telling history? You said let me up real quick and then you just didn't load. I don't know what you
Fix your Nom.
So why are we removing this? Workers tore down the exhibit Thursday using crowbars to pull down plaques that describe Philadelphia's role in the transatlantic slave trade and included biographical details about the 9 people enslaved by the Washingtons at the president's mansion. On Friday morning, only their engraved names, Austin, Paris, Hercules, Christopher Shields, Richmond, Giles, Oni Judge, or I think it's Oni Judge, Mole, and Joe remained. Look, this isn't even part of the article. This is just a related source. President George Washington offers reward for capture of black woman fleeing enslavement.
God, you guys over on the tube are so fucking gross.
Yeah, I just have to ignore them. That's what they're there for, is to be gross. The removal follows President Donald Trump's March 2025 executive order directing the Park Service to review and remove materials that inappropriately disparage Americans. We can't be honest about George Washington now in this country. But tell me it's not racism.
I was just going to say they could remove all the signs they want. The children's hands that built Mount Vernon are still in those bricks.
That's true.
You can see the handprints. The truth is still there. All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
But again, the important point is, yes, and this is true. He's not like being funny. If you guys look into the history of this, there are enslaved children's handprints in the bricks that built Mount Vernon. If you guys, again, the whole point of this was to make sure you are documenting and noting everything that this administration is doing, not just the stupid shit, racist shit that they post, which is a big deal. That the president of the United States, whether a staffer or him, allowed for something so racist to be posted. And they first defended it before removing it and blaming a staffer. Not is that bad enough. What's worse is the shit they're doing under your nose that you don't know about. That is harder to combat. We're going to have to take this all back to court when we reinstate it because Republican states are going to fight it again.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what we have to fight for when he is gone. That's what I need you guys to do.
Because we have to rebuild a lot of things back. a lot of things back, actually. I usually talk about the Department of Education, the amount of misfunding, the amount of pain, the amount of time it's going to take to re-educate not only our current students, but the students of the future is going to take so much time.
Somebody on the tube said to speak for myself and not tell Latinos. I don't tell Latinos what to think, but by the way, I am Latina.
I'm just cottage cheese. I am the white woman. But no, again, I will say it with my full chest. The stuff that Monica and I talk about when we are talking about being held accountable, specifically as white women, because being someone who's a part of Ujima Syndicate, if you guys don't know what that is, it's a Discord group surrounding Black content creators, Black and brown content creators. We support one another. As someone who is the chief accomplice, one of the things I'm going to start doing is deconstruction lives.
I love that. Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
Hello? What?
Hi, age, state, who did you vote for?
Trump?
Your age and your state, please.
I just wanted to know, by the way, I can barely hear you. I just wanted to know.
If you can't answer two simple questions, then I don't need to speak with you.
How will I know? Isn't that a song?
How will I know? Yeah.
Isn't that Whitney?
He really loves me. Mm-hmm.
Is it Whitney?
Believe so. No, maybe not. Don't let me get it wrong.
Hold on, I'm gonna double check. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
It was Whitney.
I was like, that's Whitney's voice. There ain't no way. All right.
I'm up here thinking like, yeah, I know this. I know who this is.
My audio quality is trash. Well, when I listen back, it sounds fine. So something's wrong with y'all. Maybe you get better equipment. I'm just gonna.
I got that song stuck in my fucking.
Just gonna read this real quick. It's not important. Just the First Amendment to our Constitution. It's not important. It's not really important.
How do we get to 27? One.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Again, Congress shall make no laws respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. You can be religious. It just can't be sanctioned by the state. There's that separation for you since you needed it over there on the tubes. In case you haven't read it yourself.
All these.
Why don't you just talk to your people? I am talking to my people. I am Latina. I'm a white presenting Latina. I am talking to my people.
Are we acting like the Constitution matter? What?
I mean, Zach, are you on the left or do you mean in way of like the Trump administration doesn't give a fuck about it? Yes. I agree. The Trump administration is wiping their ass with the Constitution. I agree with you.
They have been this whole time.
Where did the First Amendment come from? Where'd it come from, Godspeed? Maybe you know something I don't. Where'd it come from? Where'd it come from? What was it founded on? Tell me.
Also, always fixing things. What was the purpose of the Department of Education? I bet you can't fucking tell me.
Also, by the way, like, there's also this misunderstanding about, like, the Department of Education being a separate entity that it was being instituted under Jimmy Carter is not the first time it existed. I believe it was Thomas Jefferson actually proposed and enacted the first Department of Education. It just was not what it is now.
Correct.
So it has existed for a long time.
Yep.
It was founded on the First Amendment was founded on religion. Can you show me that in like a Federalist paper or some sort of documentation from the Founding Fathers? I'd like to see that. Godspeed.
Y'all, these people vote. Tripoli, is that
yeah,
how you
the
say it,
treaty.
Ari?
Yeah, Tripoli. Treaty of Tripoli. Let's bring that one up too. I'm too zoomed in. I can't see. Let's Let's see. Won't let ultra liberals talk. Who are you talking to? Sure. So, Rob in the chat put like Congress shall make no law has been interpreted by SCOTUS to just mean any state action. It's not limited to congressional legislation. I agree. So, which separation of church and state, even on the local level. For example, the White House can violate the First Amendment without Congress making any law. True. Yeah, that's true. That's why Donald Trump's prayer breakfast, you know, the National Prayer Breakfast, which we've had for a long time. Yesterday was the 74th, so 74 years. Of the National Prayer Breakfast, that you can rededicate America to religion all you want to. Okay. Thank you, Peter. Peter. You can rededicate it all you want to. It doesn't mean anything in way of the law. It doesn't mean anything in way of the people in this country. You can say what you want. This is not a Christian nation. It never was not established as a Christian
The
nation.
founding fathers were fucking deists.
Correct. Some of them were Christian. Some of them were not.
I
Let's
now
see.
have Whitney Houston stuck in my head.
Yeah, I'm going to go to article of the, because it's article 11 specifically, I believe. So let's go to that. All right. So the Treaty of Tripoli. Let's go to article 11 of the Treaty of Tripoli so I can read that. As the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion, as it has in itself no character of enmity against the laws, religion, or tranquility of the Mussulman, and as the said states never have entered into any war or act of hostility against any Mahometan nation, it is declared by the parties that no pretext arising from religious opinion shall ever produce an interruption of the harmony existing between the two countries. As the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion. It's a tough one, huh? Why would I need to, here's the thing, Godspeed. You guys always do this. He said, go read the constitutions of the original colonies. Of the original colonies. Why would I need to do that? Are we not a unified United States of America now under one constitution? Or are we pretending that we still have the constitutions from the previous colonies?
My cat is trying to open the window again.
Yeah, Audie, it's 1786 through 1816. This was 1796, signed at Tripoli, yeah. 1796. Also, I do have 2 cats, so I'm a cat lady, but my 2 children are going to be wildly upset to find out that I don't have them. That's going to be an interesting conversation to have with my kids tonight. All right. Let's see. Yeah, the colonies were not the United States, so why the fuck? That's the thought process behind because that's the thought process that brought us to the unified constitutions. Well, the one constitution makes it very fucking clear. Makes it very clear. So why would I need to read the other ones? When what was decided in the room by the men is that we're not a country based on religion. Sorry about that.
Golf. Are you going after a bug? Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Oh, no, yeah. Golf, I agree with you. There's no offense taken as an American. The United States, definitely egotistical, definitely narcissistic, but will refuse to acknowledge the blemishes and the rot. Yeah.
One of the Trumpers just called my phone again.
Interesting.
Do y'all save our numbers?
Well, sometimes I get like a couple text messages or a couple voicemails even when it's been off for like the weekend. I'm like, are you guys okay?
I just read a few and someone said, "Are the people." That's it.
All right, since we have 20 minutes left, I'll go into a little bit about the Trump RX stuff while we're sitting here. Okay. Oh, I am gonna play this though. This tied into the racism outline. I just want to say that that the Republicans have changed their tune. I'll play this really quick, and then we'll move on to Trump RX. This one, Lindsey Graham. Hey, Lady G.
I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and
So lock in, Lindsey Graham, a much younger Lindsey Graham. Lock in. He wants to talk to the Trump supporters. Okay. Listen.
talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy. I think what you like about him, he appears to be strong when the rest of us are weak. He's a very successful businessman, and he's going to make everything great. He's going to take all the problems of the world and put them in a box and make your life better. That's what he's selling. Here's what you're buying. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for. I've been in the Air Force for 33 years. I retired this June. He's the ISIL Man of the Year, by the way. Just got back from Iraq a week ago this Monday.
I know. We interviewed you live from there. You were with Senator John McCain, and you were going into Iraq to get a status report. What were they saying there about all of this?
The military leadership and the diplomatic corps. Now, we have young men and women in harm's way all over the world, particularly in the Mideast. They were concerned about this rhetoric because the enemy will use it against us. So what was a concern last week has to be DEFCON 4 this week. Because what Mr. Trump is doing, and I don't think he has a clue about anything, he's just trying to get his numbers up and get the biggest reaction he can. He's putting our soldiers and diplomats at risk. He's empowering the enemy. And this ban, if it's actually enacted, would take people who have been interpreters, who came to our side in Iraq and Afghanistan, who are under siege in their own countries, and basically becomes a death sentence for them.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic bigot.
The thing I never will understand, when you're high and dry, after you have boasted about this man, after you have walked around glorifying this man, because it doesn't go your way anymore, now you want to turn the other cheek.
And Lindsey Graham is now possibly in a not sober way asking for donations for the midterms. That's the latest video I saw him, and he doesn't seem like he's completely sober, but
Every time I think about Lindsey Graham, I think about how I first found out he wasn't a woman.
It's also fair too. Okay.
Because everyone's like, Lady Graham. I'm like, who?
Lady G. All right. White House launches direct-to-customer drug site Trump RX. Here's what to know. Let's get into it with CNBC here. President Donald Trump on Thursday announced the launch of Trump RX, a direct-to-customer website that is key to his administration's effort to lower prescription drug costs in the U.S. The president said millions of Americans would save money through the platform, but it's still unclear if all patients, particularly those with insurance coverage, will see more cost savings from using that site to buy their medicines than they would through existing methods. Trump RX targets people who are willing to pay with cash and forego insurance, which suggests that patients without or with limited coverage may benefit the most.
What are they mad about?
Thank you for calling the stream. Age, state, who'd you vote for?
34 in Florida, Trump.
Ari.
I tried. Also, Olive didn't send me her clip of Hector.
I did!
Oh
my God!
She was going to send it directly to me. It didn't happen.
Hang on.
I'm going to have feelings.
I'm doing it.
And feel away. That's all.
Okay. Love you.
Okay. Bye. Jesus Christ. I swear I thought I sent it.
Oh, God. Cracks me up. All right.
I tagged you in it.
She gets tagged a lot, to be fair. To
Touche.
Boss.
All right. Miss Ma'am, I sent it. It has now been sent.
Quote, "You're going to save a fortune, and this is also so good for overall healthcare," Trump said at an event Thursday night unveiling the website. The site does not sell drugs directly to American patients, but acts as a central hub that points them
I'll turn off the chat.
that points them to drug makers that are offering discounts on certain products on their own direct-to-customer sites, or gives them discount coupons to take to pharmacies. For example, Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk were already offering their blockbuster obesity drugs at hefty discounts to cash-paying patients even before the reductions Trump touted on Thursday. So another instance of these things were already happening. Some of these things were already happening because of things like the Inflation Reduction Act. Now, I know that sounds silly, the name Inflation Reduction Act. What are you talking about inflation for? The Inflation Reduction Act had legislation in it regarding capping drug prices. When they were agreed upon in way of a collective bargaining with Medicaid and Medicare, what happened is then Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk came out and said, well, we're going to lower it too, because we're going to have to. That's what collective bargaining gives you. Yay, socialism. Love socialism. But anyway, Donald Trump is again trying to take credit for things that either the Biden administration helped progress through bipartisan legislation in Congress, or that just was already happening from these companies, and he's trying to take credit for it. So you cannot buy directly from the site. It's going to direct you. Clicking on the platform's offer for Lilly's popular Zepbound weight loss injection sends customers to the company's Lilly Direct platform, where they can order the treatment and submit prescription details. They give you this an example of what it looks like. I also have the site. Okay, the original price supposedly is $1,087. The savings is the coupon of $788, giving you a retail price of $299. Super affordable. Super affordable, guys. I just have $300 in my pocket. You can even see eligibility, required terms and conditions apply, review full terms and conditions. So, let me go to... So there is like this example of like the terms and conditions. Let's see. You're not going to be able to read it because Twitter sucks. Limited time offer. New patients pay $199 for the first 2 months, 2 monthly fillings of Wegovy injection. Then $349 monthly. Only available for 2 monthly fills between 11/17/2025 and 3/31/2026 for future fills, and for other Wegovy dose strengths pay $349. So, again, this is already stuff that the companies were doing. Well, and it's only listing, thank you, Kayla, I see that, but it was also only listing like 50 medicines. And that's all it has on it, if I remember correctly, which I can show you here. You guys get to see what my lovely outline in my Google Docs. Okay. Woo! These are the medications. You can scroll down. This is the ones they offer.
Is Viagra on there?
That's it. I didn't see a little blue one. Oh, what's that one? Viracept? Don't know what that is. Okay. So they're not...
acetaminophen.
Well, we're going to talk about metformin if you're a diabetes patient.
Or you have polycystic ovarian syndrome.
So.
Or you're trying to conceive. Fun fact.
So this is, and to be fair to the argument, what I am going to say is that the one on the Trump RX site is metformin, but it also has an inhibitor to it as well, which might increase the price anyway. But purple. Okay, purple. I forgot. Okay, purple. Why are you being so condescending, Audie? Okay, purple. Really? That's how you're going to talk to me?
Oh, he didn't even say condescending. He said I was being rude.
Well, and he specifically said, he's like, I wasn't talking about my feelings, when in that previous conversation he said, I don't like the way you talk to people. Bro, that's your feelings.
Shh. Those aren't his feelings.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so okay, purple. I'm like, what else can I say except for okay, sure, to express my agreement. So like, what else can I say?
So this is comparing metformin on the Trump RX website to what it is on TeleRx, right? If you get so here you got 30 tablets for $181.59. Here supposedly you have 30 tablets for a one-time order of $24.99. Now I have Trump's. Let's bring up Telly's. Like I said, again, to be fair to the argument, this is metformin, but it also has something else in it, dapagliflozin. I'm assuming that's the inhibitor that it gets added into it for the cost for the price. And then here's the just generic for glucophage, whatever, metformin.
Bless you.
Thank you. For the price, $24.99. So again, we're just looking for where is the savings that he promised.
Like you can get that with GoodRx. Like,
Yes.
can we compare prices between that and GoodRx? I'm honestly,
Let's see if we can find
I don't have the app anymore. But
GoodRx official website. Let's see if we can find the specific one that they're citing so that we can do a direct comparison. Okay. I hate bill
sorry
names.
if you guys hear me
Or
tossing
pill
clothes
names.
into a dryer.
That's what I have to do today is laundry.
Also, for those that were like, she didn't even try to hide her voice. I did. It don't come off very well, and I can't do it another way. Otherwise, it hurts.
So I will give a commendation. I will give a commendation to Trump RX for this. So if you do a direct comparison, I'll bring that back up.
At least for one of them.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to be clear about the fact that it might be different because of metformin versus metformin with an inhibitor. So the one that they're selling is metformin with an inhibitor. Again, this is from AstraZeneca, but even still, let me direct you to the fact that how it works. AstraZeneca manages direct patient orders through AstraZeneca Direct. AstraZeneca Direct will guide you through eligibility and offers delivery options for support. Call this, and then it sends you to AstraZeneca. Zigduo XR on GoodRx is $613.56, so it would still be more expensive through GoodRx.
Okay, with the inhibitor as well.
So I did
whatever
this
that is?
exact one. So this is Zigduo XR, which is the brand name. So that's the exact one that I typed in for GoodRx. Let's go to their AstraZeneca site. Let's see. Don't know. What if I just want to buy it? 100. So this is again, go to the AstraZeneca site, and it gives you Zigduo XR for $181.59 because they were already doing it.
Oh.
It's not because of Trump RX. Trump RX didn't lower the price. AstraZeneca was already offering this as a price.
And what I already told other people is that healthcare prices still increase. Like, they didn't lose anything doing this. They haven't, right? Like, they just have not. Healthcare prices increase, and they increase the prices of other medications in order to offset any quote savings.
Let's see. You guys are asking about Advair, but let me see if I can find. I got one fucking inhaler on here.
I'm so upset this song is stuck in my head.
We have one on here that is Air Supra, which is albuterol butanide from AstraZeneca for $201.
Also, I thought he
but
was
again,
paying us
goes to
take
AstraZeneca's
this.
site.
Wasn't he?
Well, there's also that.
Aren't we supposed to be getting paid to...
Shit, where was that actually? I thought I had that, but I didn't save it. It was in my fucking thing somewhere. Trump. Oh, what bill was it? Because it was like 589% is what he said. Let me see if I can find it. See if we can find it. He said it yesterday. What's this one?
AstraZeneca is slashing the price of a common inhaler from $458 to $51, a difference of nearly 800%.
That's also not how math works. It's not how math works.
You think, well, he, you know...
800% means they would be paying me 800% of that price.
You can't, but you remember, he doesn't know how to count that high, remember?
You can't even count that high on inflation, guys.
I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4.
This is true.
I can count higher than 4.
You can
guys,
count
I
higher than
promise.
he can. I meant you singing
He
it as
can't.
Trump.
Yeah. I can't do a Trump voice.
Maybe it was this one. Maybe I did have it saved.
That's like my best Trump impression.
Oh, I did. I had this one too.
Oh, shit. It's my dad's birthday today. Fuck me.
Oops. This was the one I was looking for. I did have it saved in my outline, just further down.
Cases. For example, you will see dramatic reductions in the cost of popular weight loss drugs known as GLP-1s. GLP-1s. Novo Nordisk will be slashing the price, as an example, of Ozempic from more than $1,000 to $199, and the price of Wegovy from more than $1,300 to $199. Nobody can even believe it. A 578% difference. Okay.
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 Donald Trump can't do math, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What? Bitch, what?
Gotta get my nuts.
What? What happened?
Like, just the percentages. The fucking percentages. I don't understand.
I don't
Which part?
understand.
Just where he gets percentage numbers from.
His head.
Yeah.
I can only count to four.
No, go back.
I think my cat just knocked over shit upstairs.
Oh. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Get my cat.
Trump RX is copying GoodRx, and they're utilizing it to enable the savings and integrating prices.
Oh, I'm shocked.
What?
Let's get that one too. Stop it. Okay.
Oh. It looks like you can combine Trump RX and GoodRx on Pfizer's pharmacy's website.
Someone said, what these women lack is a good man.
My man was just here.
Mine's at work.
Nuh-uh.
He had somebody looking at the water heater. I don't know why, but he did. Because that's man business.
It's okay.
Hello?
Sorry, I was trying to figure out where beeping was coming from, so you guys had to hear it too. Now I know what to say. That's all.
I need a man that can afford to live. Okay.
What is... Huh?
I don't know. Yes, I have 2 kids. Golf. They're at school. Because it's Friday.
Skew.
They need to be at school.
They're at skew.
But they're excited because I'm getting Chinese food tonight and they're getting
Ooh.
McDonald's, but my daughter wants Taco Bell. So we're just getting a buffet of food tonight.
We're getting Chili's tonight.
Chili's.
Baby back, baby back. Sorry. Sorry.
Dude,
Kinda, sorta.
you're fine. We're getting ready to end because they didn't call in. They know, which is why I've been trying to set up outlines for informational howdy stuff. Because they can't.
That's a clip is crazy, Eli. I was just mimicking the theme song for Chili's.
Oh, Eli. By the way, I totally meant to respond to the message you sent me in the Discord about that you could do what you did for Olive, which is using copyright-free music and doing that script that I think Scotty had found and making that into... I like it as some sort of like advertisement. I would love if and when you have the time. If you would do that, that would be fucking awesome. But if you don't have the time or can't or won't or whatever, totally feel free to not. That's totally fine. And just keep making clips to add to my soundboard to embarrass me. I love that too.
A script for what? What'd you get a script for?
Scotty came up with some sort of like AI script for like, It sounds very like a nice break commercial when we have a chance, or if I have to walk away for a second, it can kind of do mod duties for me. But I would much rather have it be like Eli's voice or a human's voice with copyright-free music would be great versus AI.
Oh, that's pretty.
Do it again.
Kayla, I'm not
Kayla.
doing. No.
Did you?
Fuck you, Kayla.
Did you hear? Oh, you should go to my server and play the soundbite Eli made for the. You should have read your Bible or whatever I said.
Oh, where is it?
I'm gonna go.
Oh,
get
I
ready.
see it. I see it right here. I've got it.
Okay.
I see you guys in a minute.
Okay, bye.
How quickly you forget your Bible. Your Bible. How quickly you forget your Bible.
Eli's so good at that.
Guys. It was great. It was just like, yeah, you know what? It's just something that fits. It works. For if you know, you know. If you were there. Somebody commented on my live from yesterday and they were like, she said she was a Christian, you started reading Bible verses and then she was screaming like a demon. I'm like, damn.
You know, the best Bible researchers are demons. They do know what laws they're breaking.
The power of Christ compels you.
My goodness. So Olive is getting ready to go live. And it's going to be my lunchtime. So we're going to get ready to go. But thanks for being here, Audie. Oh, now you know. Oh, okay. She's like, I had to run back to my phone to say bye.
No, I was walking downstairs. It's always echoey in the.
Oh no, you're totally fine.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, guys on TikTok, hold on 1 second so I can say bye to the YouTube, and then I'll say bye to you guys and send you on your way to Olive. Just hold on a second. Okay, YouTube and Twitch, I appreciate you guys being here. It seemed like you guys were really angry, but also really cowardly today in way of calling and defending the racist rhetoric that we have seen for decades from President Donald J. Trump. Interesting to me. You guys can attack me personally. That's totally fine. Keep attacking me personally. All it means is that I know you cannot hold a mirror up to yourself and critically think about what you voted for and what you are supporting. But that's not my problem. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I'm really going to start trying to do midterm Monday. So you might actually see me Monday. This might change. I would like to do midterm Mondays where we have discussions, answering questions about candidates and ballot measures that are coming up in 2026. So yeah. See you on Monday, 10 a.m. If not Monday, if I don't get a chance to, it will be 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday.